Hey guys, let's get more news about Warriors, but first, don't forget to subscribe and leave your like. Golden State Warriors Draymond Green slaps New York Knicks with harsh truth bomb, it's a fluke. Golden State Warriors news, the New York Knicks came up with a massive win on Tuesday night in Game 5 of their second-round matchup against the Indiana Pacers. By blowing out the Pacers, 121-91, the Knicks are now just one win away from booking their place in the Eastern Conference Finals. Warriors star Draymond Green, however, is not impressed. Green decided to rain on the Knicks' parade on Tuesday night. The Warriors veteran was part of the NBA on TNT broadcast team, and he had some choice words for New York. Apparently, Green doesn't believe that this season is proof that the Knicks are a legitimate threat for the title. Why do Knicks fans think I hate the Knicks though? I told the truth about the team. And the truth about the team is, it's a fluke, he said. I'm not entirely sure why Green is still questioning why Knicks fans hate him. After all, he did come out with a savagely hot take on their team's success this season. To be fair, Green expounded on his point by looking at recent history. He turned his gaze on the Atlanta Hawks and the Portland Trail Blazers, who were both set up after one successful season. Things did not play out for either team after that one postseason run, and Green believes that this is going to be the case for the Knicks as well. The Minnesota Timberwolves are supposed to have the best anti-Nikola Jokic weapon in the form of Rudy Gobert, who is the reigning Defensive Player of the Year, an award he has actually won a total of 4 times. But against Jokic in the second round of the 2024 NBA playoffs, Gobert has seemingly been as effective as a wet cardboard or a broken turnstile when matched up against the 3-time league most valuable player. Call it a matchup between an unstoppable force and an immovable object, but for Golden State Warriors star forward Draymond Green, that individual head-to-head in the Timberwolves-Nuggets series is a one-sided affair with Jokic clearly winning. After the first half of Tuesday night's Minnesota-Denver Game 5, Jokic had himself an already fantastic output of 19 points on 7 out of 10 shooting from the floor. That prompted Green to call Gobert barbecue chicken, to borrow from Shaquille O'Neal's favorite line. Barbecue chicken is happening, Green said during the halftime break analysis portion of the NBA on TNT. I'm a truth teller and right now the truth is, Rudy Gobert don't stand a chance against Joker, added Green, who is a former Defensive Player of the Year himself and a 4-time NBA champion. Warriors forward Draymond Green proven correct on controversial NBA decision. Golden State Warriors veteran Draymond Green knows his way around a suspension or two, so it's only appropriate that the 34-year-old was proven correct in his thoughts on Jamal Murray's on-court indiscretion on Monday. Murray let his frustration boil over during the Denver Nuggets' shocking blowout defeat at home to the Minnesota Timberwolves, tossing a towel and heat pad from the bench onto the court and towards an official during the Game 2 loss. Many believed the misconduct was worthy of a suspension, which could have proven the last straw for the Nuggets, who now head to Minnesota in serious trouble down 2-0, despite the Timberwolves' absence of Rudy Gobert on Monday. In a new podcast episode on Tuesday, Green was frustrated with the push of fans and the media to immediately start calling for a suspension on the 27-year-old Canadian. Despite the belief that a suspension was forthcoming, the NBA announced a $100,000 fine for Murray on Tuesday, meaning he'll be eligible to play in what is essentially a must-win game for Denver on Thursday. Murray was not punished at the time, with the officials having missed the towel and heat pad throw as live play continued late in the second quarter. Crew chief Mark Davis said a technical foul would have been warranted had it been seen, but not an ejection without the determination of them being thrown deliberately at an official. Green may be one of the most well-versed people to speak about suspensions, given his history. The 4-time NBA champion has been suspended for 6 different incidents throughout his career, including 2 this season, which started with his headlock on Gobert in a game during November. Green then missed 16 games for his hit on Jusuf Nurkic in a game against the Phoenix Suns on December 12, which has since seen a war of words between the former Defensive Player of the Year and the Bosnian big man. Murray will look to respond from a disastrous Game 2 outing that saw him finish with just 8 points on a measly 3 of 18 shooting. The Nuggets are looking to become just the 6th team in NBA history to come back from a 0-2 deficit when heading on the road for Games 3 and 4. Is Warriors' Chris Paul hinting on possible retirement with latest move? Golden State Warriors guard Chris Paul has been slowly declining the last few seasons, proving once again that Father Time is undefeated. Now, the all-time great appears to already be transitioning to the ESPN booth. Paul was officially announced as a guest analyst on NBA Countdown during the upcoming Eastern Conference Finals, via ESPN PR. The 12-time All-Star will join on-air personalities Malika Andrews, Stephen A. Smith, Bob Myers, and Michael Wilbon. ESPN NBA insider Adrian Wojnarowski also guests on the show. Some fans misread the tweet as a retirement announcement, prompting some funny reactions. At Stomper31775736 said D*MN, headline made me think he was retiring. Unfortunate. At Rizelxi also said, thank you, we will miss you guys, especially those false narrative you are making. Oh, I thought this is a retirement photo. Are those tweets harsh, or do the fans have a point? Should Paul hang the sneakers up soon? Paul is coming off of his worst season ever, averaging 9.2 points per game on 44.1% shooting, with 3.9 rebounds and 6.8 assists across 26.4 minutes. These were career-low averages across the board, except for the assists, which ranked 12th in the league. The 39-year-old also started just 18 games, 27 below his second-lowest total. Paul has nothing to be ashamed of, as most players don't even last 19 years in the NBA, let alone play significant minutes off the bench for a play-in team. However, it's hard not to wonder what the four-time All-NBA first-team honoree realistically has left to accomplish. Although he hasn't won a championship, it's unlikely to happen with these Warriors, who don't boast any standout talent besides aging superstar Steph Curry. Regardless, Paul insisted that he's coming back next season, via Anthony Slater of The Athletic. I'll talk to my wife and my kids, my family, my support system, see what it looks like, Paul said. But this isn't the end of my career. I know it for sure. Paul has another year on his contract, but all $30 million of it is non-guaranteed as of now. Golden State could cut him with no salary cap repercussions before it guarantees on June 28, or use him as a trade chip. Paul expounded on his current headspace after the Sacramento Kings eliminated the Warriors in the play-in tournament. I haven't thought about it, Paul said. I'm too in it. I was in the gym at 8 a.m. this morning, lifting and getting ready for this game. When it's time for that, Mike Dunleavy and Steve Kerr will have a conversation and see what it looks like. But I loved it. It's honestly, this is my 5th year living without my family. I probably saw them more than any other year. Now that it's been a few weeks, he's had more time to think about it. While it's most likely that he'll play out the last year of his deal, his foray into the TV studio could be a sign of things to come sooner rather than later. And you fan? What do you think of the situation of Chris Paul? Leave your opinion in the comments.